For this week, there's not going to be another Model 3 configurator update video, since there really hasn't been much change, but we'll be sure to get one out after another 3 weeks, because there will certainly be more changes by then. But what I did want to do is have another video on Model 3, and this time talking about, what's next for Model 3. What's going to be coming out, what does the future hold, and what can we expect in the near and the distant future regarding the Tesla Model 3, of course. So let's start just with looking right here on the, well, actually a little lower on the production timeline. So we can definitely expect this here all-wheel drive coming soon. There's been a lot of talk about this, and hopefully we can see it within the next, couple months in the configurator, because that's going to be a huge deal for people in the Midwest or somewhere that it snows a lot. So that's going to be great for them. And then also we can see the standard battery coming in pretty soon. This is going to be great because this actually allows for that $35,000 Model 3, the price point that everyone's been talking about, and the price point that hopefully Tesla will finally hit, hopefully soon. And then we also have the left-hand drive, or international deliveries of left-hand drive. So that's kind of the same of the US, but these cars will now be delivered international to the few other countries that still do left-hand drive. And then right-hand drive is coming in 2019. Now this is kind of information that's right here on the Tesla website, but if you look at, Elon Musk's Twitter and all, what I have seen is that the Model 3 white interior is definitely coming soon. There have been some spy shots of that white interior, and I've actually seen a Model 3 with a white interior on the road. This had manufacturing plates, so it was definitely a testing vehicle. But if you look online, there's going to be a lot of other white interior vehicles, so that's really exciting. Talking about other stuff with the Model 3, there is the Performance Model 3 coming. They mentioned it up here. So that's going to have that 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. It's going to have amazing specs, and really just can't wait for that, because that's going to be setting all sorts of records for a car of that price. Like, that's unheard of in cars of that caliber. Other things that are coming for the Model 3. Now, this is something that isn't really all there over the internet, but something that I'm kind of speculating on my own based off stuff that I have read. I can see a lot of updates to autopilot coming, especially in the push to get that full self-driving. Now, what I see is that right now Tesla, they have put cameras and they got their radar and their sensors all around their car to get that full level 5 autonomy. But it's been quite a while since they unveiled that. It's been probably around a year. I don't think that they've upgraded their hardware anytime since then. However, what Tesla has done is that they have upgraded the processor. They have something that people have started to refer to as Autopilot 2.5. It's got an updated processor. Also, rumor has it that Tesla is going to be building their own chips for these. So that's going to be coming soon. Now, this chip, Tesla says that it's not necessary for level 5 autonomy in cars that are already have already been delivered. But if it will be necessary in the near future, they will replace those chips with that new chipset. But, I mean, the newer chips, I think that will always just have more processing power, and it'll allow for a smoother level 5 autonomous drive. But going back to the cameras and the sensors, I think that Tesla, it's about time for them to upgrade those cameras sometime in the next 6 months to a year. And that's because, cameras, they just keep on getting higher and higher quality. I think right now they're probably recording in 720 or 1080p. And, of course, that's great and all, but as they upgrade their chipset to have more processing power, they might want to go to a 4K camera. And I know that could be expensive, and I know that 4K cameras in that size is a really, really long way down the line. But actually, this 4K, that's probably more like 5 years down the line when level 5 autonomy is actually possible. But the reason that I say 4K is because a 1080p camera, when it looks at the road and when there are road conditions that aren't all that great, it's going to be tough for a camera to see, like, where are the very faint lane markings. But in a 4K camera, it's going to be a whole lot more precise. And if they have the processing power to do that, I think that that's coming pretty soon. So that was kind of my spiel on autopilot and what's coming there. And other things for Model 3. Now, what I do think is coming is probably an air suspension, because the air suspension is really great for Model S and Model X, and I think that they're probably going to want to put that in a Model 3. I'm guessing that with the air suspension, there may even be a smoother ride, because right now Teslas aren't all the most comfortable ride. Like, for example, if you got like an S-Class or a Mercedes Maybach, you've got way smoother rides for relatively similar price points. So I think that that may be coming soon. Of course, I'm comparing to the Model S, but like, you know, same rides. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that's coming to the Model 3. I think the big things that we can expect in the near future are the all-wheel drive and the performance, and a little later than that, standard battery, and then, you know, very far down the line, probably autopilot upgrades. But I think between those two, there will be subtle updates to the hardware suite to allow for, you know, just more processing power as they figure out that there's more and more coming. I think one more thing that I forgot to mention about autopilot is that I do think that there could be a future with Tesla adding LiDAR to their autopilot suite. Now, LiDAR is that big thing that you see on top of Google self-driving cars, the little dome on the top. Now, what that is this basically a rotating radar, as far as I know. It does really well to capture objects in 3D, stuff that it's tough for a camera to recognize. So I think that when that comes, I think that since Google states that that's like the most important sensor, I think that Tesla, they may need to start adopting that, because that'll allow for a lot more capabilities with their sensing suite. But anyways, that was kind of my little spiel on what's coming for the Model 3 and what can we expect in the future. But yeah, that was pretty much it. So thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, hit the subscribe button, because there's a lot of great content coming up. And I'll see you guys in the next one.